In the words of the legendary Lou Gellerman, hello, dog fans, and welcome to the Sound the Siren podcast, because everything matters, including it's the most wonderful time of the year. College football is back. We are, as we record and stream this live to YouTube, within 3 calendar days of Husky football getting underway. As usual, I am your host, Hooligan7. I'm joined tonight by J-Cap, Hood Husky, and DJ K. Woody. Gentlemen, how are you doing this evening? Great to see y'all.
Doing good. Finally, the season.
Yeah.
Been waiting a long time for this.
Like
that
best time of year.
It's time to prove it now.
Yeah, it is definitely it's go time. And it wouldn't be a Sound the Siren podcast if we didn't start with beverages. So, J-Cap, I'll kick it to you to start us off on the beverage train this evening.
I am on some water and also an Arnold Palmer.
Nice.
That's always a solid refreshment on a hot day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I got a truly unruly. I'm drinking the strawberry smash right now. You know what I'm saying? Contributing.
How is that?
All right, so.
Truly unruly, rather like we get on this podcast.
Hey, come on. See?
Hey, Tugs ain't here. What are you talking about?
That's true.
He's there in spirit all the time, though.
Shout out, Tugs. We miss you, buddy.
Spirit and
DJ,
spirits.
Yeah, exactly. DJ, what you got tonight, bud?
I just got some water, whatever it is. Yeah, water tonight.
Yep, I am on water as well. I am going mostly dry this football season in the interest of taking better care of my health and losing some weight. But I do have a non-alcoholic cocktail tonight from Recess Zero Proof. I have a ginger lime mule that's got some adaptogens. It's not bad. It's not as good as, some of the normal boozy beers that I talk about on our podcast, but it's not bad. All right, moving on from there, I think we can get into stupid tweets. Anybody find anything that we need to laugh about or chuckle about on the topic of stupid tweets this evening?
I mean, I don't have the tweet who it was from, but whatever that Utah fan was saying, that basically was like implying that Washington got in the Big Ten, like why not Utah? Basically, like they should have gone ahead of us, but yeah, I forgot who sent that. And we even had 0-12 defending UW on that comment. It was so ridiculous. Or Puddles, one of those two accounts. I don't know. They're both the same.
It was Owen, but yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, if you have Owen saying something nice about Washington, something's really gone off the deep end.
Yeah, that was.
Although I will say, I will call back to and mention again that the easiest way to trigger a Duck fan on Twitter is to say something positive about Washington.
Anything at all.
Literally anything. And like not where they're not even in the like, it's not like, oh, Washington is better at this or than Oregon. Like Oregon is not involved in the statement, and Duck fans in the mentions. It's kind of entertaining, actually.
It is kind of fun. You can see they're a little skeptical of their own season kind of coming up. So,
yep. All right. Well, we can move along into Husky Couture. Definitely some great selections from the gang this week. Let me share the screen here, and we'll go with DJ. Tell us a little bit about what you found from good old Husky throwbacks here.
Oh yeah, great shirt that I found. I don't know if my wife would approve of me wearing that because she didn't really love the big Penix Energy shirt that I wore around Disney World a couple years ago. And it's not even that bad, but yeah, still.
This is definitely a little worse.
Yeah, for sure. Exactly though.
But it is
fire.
It is fire.
It's exceptional.
Right.
Exceptional taste. A gentleman and a scholar.
Yes. And here's some more scholarly attire from our friend Hood Husky. Hood, what do you think about this one from Mitchell and Ness that you spotted?
Hey man, I just like the retro vibes. You know what I mean? And this is real easy to throw some like casual shoes on with too. You don't even have to have a crazy kid game to kind of go crazy with this whole thing. Throw some blue jeans on and some Adidas or some K Swiss. This is real K Swiss vibes right here.
That's a blast from the past.
Come on.
Although I did have a pair of K Swiss about 10, 15 years ago that I wore the holy hell out of because they were comfy as shit. J-Cap, you're up next with this one, and this was definitely a good spot as well. Whoops, let me scroll back up through it. Of course, from our friends over at Simply Seattle. But J-Cap, talk us through.
Yeah, that one's super clean. It's just real low key. I like 47 brand. Their stuff really like fits well and is comfortable. So I might have to pick this one up here a little bit.
Yep. And Darker Knight is not here at the moment, so I will. I'm not going to talk anybody through it because it basically is self-explanatory. Not technically, specifically a UW item, but Purple Haze, Jimi Hendrix, nothing says Seattle more than that. So definitely a great call out from the Darker Knight. And then my choice, if y'all know me at all, you throw a good lacer hoodie at me and I'm going to have a really, really hard time. and no sooner do we talk about his Husky Couture choice than we are joined by the Darker Knight. But this lacer hoodie, again, something that our friends at Simply Seattle have. And again, from the 47 brand. So that is absolute fire. But we were just going over Darker Knight. We were just going over your excellent selection of the Purple Haze tee. But feel free to take a second and tell us what stands out to you about this one. Oh, he's got it on.
Oh man, come on, man. I had to come correct. I mean, it's Jimmy. It's everything Seattle is. You know what I mean? It's the grunge. It's the rock. It's everything about it. It's the throwback feel of it. It just signifies good times when you see it. So I had to cop it.
And judging from the website, you were not the only one to cop that shirt in a hurry. There is only smalls left. And my workout program that I was talking about earlier has not been, it has not met with, like instantaneous success for me to try and fit into a medium. So I'm gonna have to wait on that one. All right. I'll stop sharing the screen for a little bit, but Darker Knight, welcome. Great to see you. Great to be talking Husky football with everybody again. I think obviously we'll take care of the Husky Colorado State game preview at the end, and we'll move into the look around the Big Ten Conference. And we'll start the conference slate this week. Starts with a 3 p.m. kick on the Big Ten Network, and that is Ohio traveling to Piscataway to play Rutgers. Rutgers is a 15.5-point favorite with the over-under at 50. Rutgers is a 15.5-point favorite. Over-under is at 51.5. We've had a little numerary dyslexia there. Who wants to give their thoughts on this one first?
I got Rutgers. I got it under the 50 points, but they'll definitely cover. I think they'll win comfortably.
Yeah, I'm gonna piggyback. I think it'll be under, but yeah, I just don't see it being anything crazy high scoring. But yeah, I got Rutgers winning comfortably.
No, nothing about Ohio, but Rutgers with a dub.
I would agree that I don't think they cover, but I think Rutgers gets it done. J-Cap, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, these first couple of weeks of the season when we're picking games is always really funny because it's just everyone's basically the favorites or every game is basically the favorites unless you're playing a game like Texas, Ohio State, or Bama, Florida State, whatever it is. Rutgers, I think they cover.
Yep. Do you want to give a quick shout out to our friends over at Dub that are in the YouTube chat? Dub, it's great to
Dub. What's up?
Dub, what's up? It's great to see you. Great to be talking ball again. let's kick it right along to a 5 p.m. game on Fox Sports 1 tomorrow night, and that is Buffalo, not the Bills, the Buffalo Bulls, traveling to Huntington Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The Gophers are a 17.5-point favorite. Over-under on this one is 43.5.
I got Minnesota. I got over that 43.5, and I do have them covering. I think, if anything, this is a game where there is more points for sure.
Yeah, similar to Hood, I think they established a run early and often, and I see this being over, maybe even a couple of scores on defense. So I think that's definitely going to cover.
Yeah, shout out Cam Davis. I'm getting some run out there. But Minnesota, I think they'll cover and over.
Agreed.
Sorry, I stepped away for a second. What game was it?
It's Minnesota, Buffalo at Minnesota.
Oh, yeah, Minnesota. I like to shout out Cam Davis too.
Yep.
I think Minnesota has.
And Kali Tafai.
Oh, facts, yeah.
Yeah, and a brand new quarterback in Drake Lindsey, but yeah, I don't think that this is a game that the Big Ten needs to worry about losing, or in that chaos scenario that I put on Twitter and got picked up by somebody at FanDuel a couple weeks ago.
That was
this is not one that
cool.
And the people that don't understand the difference between possibility and prediction is also quite entertaining.
Some people can't read. Has anyone seen the depth chart where Cam Davis is on it? Is he?
I haven't looked at their depth chart at all, actually.
I know he's not RB1. No disrespect to Cam, but he's
probably like.
I think he's 2.
Nah, that's probably AJ Turner for sure.
Mm.
Yeah, didn't Flex say immediately that he got voted captain?
Who?
I believe so. I thought PJ Flex said that.
Yeah, I think Flex.
Oh yeah, with being a first-time player there and everything too.
Yeah,
remember that.
For him.
Dang, do you know the RB2 for Minnesota? All right, then who's the RB3 for
sick
UCF?
Behavior, bro. Sick behavior, bro.
Who the walk-ons?
I think we were all in agreement that so I definitely have got the Gophers. I think they cover. I think Drake Lindsey has a soft landing into college football for sure. Moving on to a game that the future Mr. Swift might be paying attention to Friday night, and that is the Nebraska Cornhuskers traveling. Well, they're not at Cincinnati. Cincinnati is the home team against Nebraska at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Why? I don't know. But, Pat Mahomes Jr. At quarterback for Nebraska. Nebraska is a 6.5-point favorite in the neutral site game, over under at 52.5. I'll go first on this one. I do think Nebraska takes a step forward this year. I think Matt Rule is a good coach. I think they win. I don't think they cover, and I would take the under.
I actually, as you were talking through that, I forgot this game was at Arrowhead. And I think Nebraska's primary advantage is their skill play. And being on that field, I think, could kind of level some playing fields in that regard. Cincinnati does have a lot of sneaky NFL-type players. I'm going to pick Cincinnati in this. I kind of preseason felt Wisconsin doing those predictor things, but I think Cincinnati, like this is kind of like all things kind of fall into place. And it'd be your first week and things like that. I got Cincinnati in this one.
Well, I'm going to go next because I also going to choose Cincinnati, more so because I'm not a Nebraska fan. I just hope that they lose in this one. So, go Cincinnati. And the quarterback is a little annoying. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I have a hard time rooting for Dylan Raiola. Even though I don't really know shit about Cincinnati, I'm going to pick Cincinnati.
Yeah, same.
Their quarterback Sorsby is real nice too. So they got a lot of underrated players.
Mm-hmm. We got some spiteful vibes tonight, but Darker Knight, what do you think? Nebraska, Cincinnati, who do you got?
Julian, I think. Is he muted? Was he saying something?
Yeah, he was saying who you got between Nebraska and Cincinnati.
Oh man, come on. I think Nebraska is one of the sleeper teams this year. Who's a dark horse to get to the CFP. I think it's competitive for a half, and then I just think Nebraska takes over in the second half.
All right. And one final Thursday night. We got 4 Big Ten games tomorrow night.
Yeah, bro. That's
Hell
crazy.
yeah.
You
So
started
the
early.
the Nebraska Cincinnati game is at 6:00. That's on ESPN, and then we've got Miami going into Camp Randall, Miami of Ohio, going into Camp Randall to play Wisconsin. The Badgers are a 17.5-point favorite. Over under is at 41.5. I have a couple questions. On what basis are the Wisconsin Badgers a 17.5-point favorite against anybody? I'm not saying Wisconsin is guaranteed to be a bad team this year, but I saw what that offense looked like or didn't look like last year. I think Wisconsin wins at home, but 17.5? Are we serious?
Yeah,
That's risky.
Yeah, it seems a little crazy.
I think
more than a little crazy.
Be like 17-3 or something. It's like total.
Vegas want they get back.
Hey, I do got Wisconsin winning, I do got Wisconsin winning. I do think taking that next step with Billy Edwards is very important for them. Having like a senior, a super some experience high quarterback for them, kind of calming that side of the ball, and they have some good weapons on the outside as well, and their running back room. So look out for a guy. I think it's Makai Nelson. Their backup running back, really really good. Look out for him. One of my breakout players this year.
Yeah, I don't think Roethlisberger's coming throughout that locker room. So, I know it was a struggle for Wisconsin last year, but I'm expecting them to take a big step forward this year and resemble something of a Wisconsin football team. So, I think they'll win comfortably, and I think I'd bet the over on that.
Yeah, I was gonna make a Roethlisberger joke, but I'll hold that to myself. But as
you've already crossed the line enough tonight, DJ.
Yeah, my bad. As Russell Wilson said, a whole pack of Badgers. I got them winning and then covering.
Yep, I would echo DJ there.
All right. Moving on to the Friday slate. Western Michigan travels into East Lansing for a 4:00 kick on Fox Sports 1 with the Michigan State Spartans. Jonathan Smith's Charges are a 20.5-point favorite with an over-under at 49.5. Who'd like to go first on the first of the Friday night tilts?
I'll take Michigan State. I'm really interested to watch Aiden Childs this year and see how he does. And their freshman receiver, whose name I can't remember, or last year's sophomore receiver this year. Nick Marsh. Yes, thank you so much. But yeah, I think Aiden Childs is going to have a really big season. So I'll take Michigan State by a lot.
Their opponent is Buffalo, you said, correct?
Western Michigan.
Western Michigan.
Yeah, Western Michigan. I feel like this is like, what we kind of wanted to see from Michigan State was like limiting the turnovers and stuff from the quarterback. I still think this is a boomer bust offense, and I do think that they're gonna, take a lot of shots. I mean, they have really good skill players and skill play, but what's their defense? So I think this is gonna be a nice little shootout this is gonna be like the fun game of the week here, where there's turnovers on both sides, funny fumbles, kick return for touchdown. I think that's gonna be kind of like this game here. So kind of a super fun college football feel, and Michigan State will pull it out.
So you're on the over then?
Yeah, I'm on the over for sure. Yeah.
But do you have them covering?
No.
What was the spread?
20.5.
Oh, nah, I don't have them covering, but I have them. It'd be comfortable, 14 or something, but it'd be a shootout.
Yeah, I'm right aligned with Hood. I think the key is Aiden Childs this year. See what kind of step he's taken. Turning the ball over and kind of putting the ball in harm's way too many times, killing drives, and then they haven't been able to spell defense in the last 4 years. So seeing what their defense looks like this year, and we all know Western Michigan plays Big Ten teams really tough. Being from that region, they get a lot of those bounce backs. They get a lot of guys who transfer in. So they got, they're going to be hungry coming in there. They're not going to be intimidated. So I know they can score on the road and they have that pedigree. So I think it goes over, but I do think it's less than a 17-point victory for Michigan State.
Yeah, I'm on the same page. Michigan State wins, but this is a lock that they don't cover. It's going to be closer. Yeah, because I haven't seen it yet to be super comfortable with like the turnovers that they have had, and there's the miscues they had last season. So I mean, maybe they come out surprise me, but yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think Michigan State's an improved team. I mean, that's what Jonathan Smith does. he gets better year to year, but yeah, I agree. Jacob, did you have thoughts on this one?
I went first.
Here to
Okay. All right. Moving on to a 4:30 kick tomorrow on our favorite streaming platform. Did not. Hey, in defense of Peacock, they did not have a carriage dispute with Fox, unlike say YouTube TV. Or there are no doubts that the Big Ten games slated for Peacock will be available to everyone that has Peacock this year. But it is a 4:30 game with the Western Illinois Leathernecks traveling to Champaign to play the 12th ranked Illini, who are a 45-point favorite with an over under at 63.5. I'll jump in on this one. I think the Illini win, and they win big. I don't know that the Illini are going to cover a 45-point spread. I don't think that's in Brett Bielema's.
Somebody lied.
What?
I'm right.
40. Over under is at 63.5, but Illinois is favored by 45 points.
What'd you say Western Illinois' nickname was?
The Leathernecks.
The what?
The Leathernecks.
Leathernecks. All right. Well, I gotta go with Illinois, but they ain't covering. Western Illinois with that name, they're gonna make it a little bit closer in the spread. Not by much. But.
I completely.
That's crazy.
Completely agree. They're not gonna reach the point. I think they're also not gonna cover, but there's definitely gonna be leather on that ass for sure. On their ass and on their necks.
Goodness. Sound like their school's still segregated.
It's Eastern Illinois and Western Illinois. The leather back and the leather neck.
Oh boy. And we are 23 minutes in, and I think that's what count number
Took a minute.
that we're complete. No. I mean, DJ's Husky Couture selection was the first one where we've gone completely out of pocket. But that's
there's really
3 for the year already.
Really something cursed about that network because it happened to be this game. God damn.
Do they have like an actual mascot? Is it just like a belt running around?
I'll pull it up.
I gotta see this.
Illinois should wear those throwback uniforms they had a couple years ago with those fake leather helmets.
Those were
a belt buckle.
On the leather necks.
How can you live in Illinois and not be a fan of Western Illinois with leathernecks?
It's a dog. Okay.
It's a dog. Okay. How does that?
It's the leather collar. Okay, I got you.
The mascot's a leash. A leash accessory. What?
Look it up.
That's insane.
Very popular in some parts of Vegas.
You know what? Just for that, I think that their game's covering. They know something we don't know. There's no way.
Very familiar with belt to ass.
No way. Oh man, that's great.
Woo. Reeling it back in. Let's move on to a top 5 matchup that kicks off the Saturday slate. We've got the number 1, and again, preseason rankings are stupid. Number 1 Texas Longhorns traveling to number 3 Ohio State Buckeyes. for a 9 a.m. kickoff on Fox, which will be on YouTube TV thanks to a temporary agreement that was reached today. The Buckeyes are a 1.5 point favorite. Over-under on this one is 47.5.
So home team basically gets 3 points off the bat, so it's a pick 'em. That's what we're saying. Yeah, I think this is a good competitive game, a good spotlight game, week 1, primetime game of week 1. Uh, but I just think Texas is too much for Ohio State, especially early in the year. Too much firepower on defense for a brand new starter at quarterback. I think Julian Saint is talented, but going against probably the best defense he's going to play all year, along with what Texas can do offensively to an Ohio State defense who has a lot of new starters, especially on the defensive line. I think Texas could end up winning this game by 13 or so.
Why is it at 9 a.m.? What the hell? Way too
Because it's
early.
big noon kickoff.
Yeah, it's big noon kickoff, and don't bring that up to an Ohio State fan, because unless you want to hear a piece.
I guess I won't.
I want to make
I
a
got
Sark day
Texas.
drinking joke, but they're going to win.
Yeah.
I'm searching really hard for one, but it won't come
Oh
because
man.
I don't see Ohio State winning this game. Texas is just too good, and for Julian Saint to make his first start against the number 1 team is it's insane.
But they're not really the number 1 team.
Well, sure,
they're replacing a significant portion of their D line again. I actually like Ohio State because of the home field advantage. I think they've got enough at running back. They've got the best offensive player in college football in Jeremiah Smith, and unless Julian Saint is completely incompetent for a home game, it's like throw it out to him on a screen and let Jeremiah Smith do Jeremiah Smith things. I do think the home field. I think the home field advantage plays. I think the fact that it's Sark plays. It's also basically Arch Manning's first start that matters, or really means a damn thing. I like the Buckeyes. I don't think they're going to get close to the over/under between the two teams. I think this is like maybe a 20-17, but could very well be like 17-13.
I'm on the exact same page with you. I think Ohio State pulls it off. I think the home field advantage is going to be a huge part of it too. Yeah, and I it's not necessarily like a huge talent thing for me. I just think for some interesting reason, like Sark just doesn't do it in these games. We've seen it. We've kind of seen it over the past 3 years. He just kind of in these types of games just doesn't have it. And I feel like this is going to resemble their. It's going to be kind of a rematch and resemble their CFP appearance, where it's a 1 possession game up until the end, where something kind of happens and it busts the game wide open. But a really, really close game, really low scoring game. So I say under, and then I'll say Ohio State got the dub.
Yeah, and
we could say he's kind of. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say to respond to Dubbed Up in the chat there. We're definitely rooting for OSU for our own reasons. We want all that hype coming into that game in week 4, 5, because we get the bye before the Apple Cup. But yeah, we're rooting for Ohio State for sure.
Yeah, and if not Ohio State, the asteroid.
Sure.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I just think that honestly, going into this game, knowing PK, knowing what his secondary has been vulnerable in big time games, I just think he goes conservative. You bracket Jeremiah Smith and force Julian Saint to go elsewhere with the ball. I think Texas can stop the run pretty effectively with their D line and their linebackers. I think they're not really worried there. So I think that's where the game is going to be won and lost. But yeah, like you said, I don't think, as far as what Hood said, I don't think it's going to be anything insurmountable as far as the tide of the game. Like, I don't think it's going to be anything where, either team is overwhelmed, but I just see Texas being a stronger team at this point in the year.
All right. We're all in on that one, right?
Yeah, I think obviously it's NFL on NFL, so we're gonna have a lot of like cool things done schematically, a lot of pride kicking in this game. It's a lot of mono a mono type stuff. What type of energy does Texas come out with after like losing this game? You know what I mean? Last year, is there any type of energy? I've actually liked the way that Ryan Day's bounced back and kind of developed a different version of his culture after winning a national championship. He seems a little bit like more lighthearted, kind of trusting his guys around him. You can kind of see it in the elevation of Ryan Hartline into actually calling plays.
That pressure's off. That initial pressure.
That pressure
to get over the hump.
And it does feel
the
like
final week of the season
responded though. Right. But it does feel like his team has responded this offseason, and while quarterback might have been up for grabs or things like that, it does seem like a lot of guys have kind of taken that step forward in development for them. So that's why I got them too.
I think another thing too, before we move on, is Ohio State, having 2 new coordinators. I'm not the biggest Matt Patricia fan, especially on defense. So without him having that college experience or what it's going to be like, I get it, he's coming from the pros, but he tries to run a Belichick type scheme, but he isn't Belichick. So I'm interested to see how conservative he is with Ohio State, because their corners can be taken advantage of. And their strength is typically up the middle this year, from their front to their linebackers to safety. So it's going to be interesting for sure. I don't think either team's going to be able to stop each other throwing the ball. But yeah, like I said, I think Texas has too much.
All right, moving on from a game that almost everybody's going to be watching to a game that maybe not even the players' parents are going to be watching. Florida Atlantic travels into College Park to play the Maryland Terrapins. A 9 a.m. game on the Big Ten Network. Tickets can be, again, this one's... why watch it on cable or YouTube TV when you could go to the game for cheaper than the monthly subscription fee?
Yeah.
Another game in the conference where tickets can be found, according to ESPN, as low as $6. The Terps are a 14.5-point favorite. Over under on this one is 62.5. I'll start on this one. I'll take Maryland. I think Malik Washington is talented. It's September, and that's the only time of the year that Maryland ever plays well. So give me the Terps. I'll take them to cover.
Hey, if Hood can name Florida Atlantic's wide receiver 3 off top, I'll choose them right now.
I sure can't, bro.
Okay, all right. I guess I'm going Maryland.
Wouldn't put it past them.
You can't do it, bro.
What did you say Maryland's favored by, Julio?
14.5.
If you're playing in the Big Ten and you're only
that's it?
14.5 against Florida Atlantic, you got some problems, though.
Dude, they do the worst. Like, them and like Purdue might be the worst roster. Like Purdue actually.
Who's their coach now?
Mike Loxley. So he's used to.
No, I'm talking about Florida Atlantic.
Oh shit, don't matter. He gonna get a promotion or a fire.
It don't matter.
It don't matter.
No. Yeah, give me Maryland, but I don't know if they cover.
Yeah, I'll take Maryland as well. I think it's a great opportunity to kind of showcase the young talent that you have there. I'm a fan of Mike Loxley, obviously. I'm a huge fan of Malik Washington, huge fan of Justin Martin. So I'm definitely rooting for those young guys, just to kind of see like Aiden Childs and Dylan Raiola last year, just like super eager to see how those young guys implement themselves. Demond as well, right? So from last year, so yeah. I got Maryland.
Yeah, Maryland and the crab cakes.
Yeah, and the crab cake.
It is an elite tailgate, or just any time that you can have a good crab cake. It is an elite food.
Lobster roll, crab.
This is true.
Crab rolls.
Yes.
Did we get predictions for everybody on that one, or are we still?
I think you joked about taking FAU, but.
Oh no, yeah, he didn't know the wide receiver 3, so yeah, going.
I didn't, bro. I don't think they know who it is either.
Speaking of bad rosters in the Big Ten, here's the other one, and that's the Ball State Cardinal traveling into West Lafayette, Indiana, to play the Purdue Boilermakers, who are a 17.5-point favorite with an over/under at 49.5. I'll take Purdue. They don't cover, and it's under.
All right, if Hood can name a starting DB for Ball State, I'll choose them. It's easier. It's
I like this new game. This is a fun segment.
These are not Power 5 players.
All right.
Oh man, you haven't scouted Dingle McCrinkleberry the fourth?
Dingle McCrinkleberry.
He's got NFL size. I'm telling you.
How are the feet? We know that's what you're looking at.
What kind of socks is he wearing, Hood?
He can ball at ball stick. I'm telling you. Yeah, as long as they ain't ankle socks, he probably got good footwork.
That's still the funniest thing that's ever happened to me in a football game. That was... Oh god.
I mean, I'll guess I'll go Purdue, but I don't feel confident. I don't know anything about Ball State, but I know Purdue is not good.
Yep. Purdue
Yeah,
wins.
Purdue run the air out of the football. And
Yeah, this is something that, on the back burner. But go Big Ten. Go Big Ten. Yay.
All right.
Least enthusiastic yay I've ever heard in my life.
Yay.
We took the best that they had over there. You know what I mean? I'll take it.
All right. The other purple team in the Big Ten plays at 9 a.m. Saturday morning on ESPNU in New Orleans against the Tulane Green Wave, who are a 6.5 point favorite, over under at 46.5.
You said Tulane's a 6.5 point favorite? Yeah.
Over Northwestern?
Sounds about right.
Yo, I'm taking that. I'll take that. I think they cover, and I think they do beat Northwestern. What's the total amount of points?
46.5.
Cool. I'm gonna go over.
Ooh.
I think Tulane's definitely gonna score. I'd also like Preston Stone at quarterback for Northwestern, so I think that's the highest floor quarterback they've had in a very, very long time. Really, really like their receivers out there. Frankie Covey, Chase Farrell, transfer from Stanford. So they got some solid young weapons out there. I got Tulane, but in a nice little shootout over that 43.
Yeah, 46.5. Yeah, I definitely. Darker Knight?
Yeah, I'm with Hood. I like Tulane. I like Preston Stone a lot. It's a pro style kind of throwback type quarterback. But he can move. I just think he's going to be able to control the game. I'm sorry, Northwestern. If it was an academic battle, I'd pick you. But as far as playing down near the bayou, no. I think Tulane is going to have more athletes, and that's where the game's going to come down to. So I got them pulling away, and I do have them going over.
Yep. DJ?
Oh shit! I was gonna go Tulane, but then they all got Tulane. Should it be different?
You thought it was gonna be a spicy pick, huh?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I don't think it's gonna be
Northwestern
that spicy. They're favored, but I thought it might have been 50-50. But yeah, give me Tulane.
They might get 50 put on.
Purple team of the conference. Move aside Northwestern. UW's here.
Yeah, give me Tulane as well.
Yeah, we're unanimous on that one. This one's Tulane. Tulane covers, and it's not particularly a thing. Moving out of the first thing Saturday morning to around brunch time, lunchtime. Old Dominion traveling to Bloomington, Indiana to play the number 20, and in my opinion, underranked Indiana Hoosiers, who are a 23.5 point favorite, over under at 54.5. I'll start on this one, and I'll keep it short and sweet. Indiana wins. Indiana covers. Indiana absolutely blasts Old Dominion.
Yep.
If this was an NCAA tournament game, it might be interesting.
I was about to say.
But, this ain't on the hardwood. It's on the... This ain't basketball grass either.
You know how it's not the NCAA tournament in the last 5 years because it involves Indiana.
That's true.
Yeah.
They're gonna need some new. They're gonna need some new Dominion up there. But I'm gonna tell you right now, Indiana's gonna score points by themselves. Was it 54? They're gonna score 70 points on this team. I'm telling you right now. If this Indiana team might be better than last year at the end of the day. Maybe not on defensive line, but overall, Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
They're going to score at least 66.
Yeah. Yeah, this is
Yeah, Indiana by an infinite amount of points.
And Kirk steps on the gas, too. He be like, we up 50? Throw it deep.
Google me.
Google me.
They upgraded that QB. That's all I'm going to say.
Bro, Fernando's a dog.
Yep.
He's perfect for that.
DG, do you agree with us on this one?
Yeah, give me Indiana. Yeah, and honestly, can I just say my next 5 picks? These next 5 games are all trash. But no, I mean, kind of joking. But Indiana, for sure.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong about the rest of the slate.
Yeah. Speaking of a team, which is a good segue. Speaking of teams that will win by $1 billion, you have one of the worst FBS teams from last year traveling to who I think should be the number one team. If we're going to do preseason rankings, the team that I think should be number one, and that's the Penn State Nittany Lions. 12:30 game on CBS and Paramount Plus. Penn State is a 43.5 point favorite, over under 56.5. Penn State is not like the most explosive offense in the world, but I think that they cover. I think they cover. I think Penn State covers the over.
I'm looking for, like, obviously everybody's probably going to pick Penn State, but I'm looking for demeanor. I'm looking for attitude. I'm looking for, like, championship mindset, like, not overlooking this opponent and literally going out there and creating highlight tapes. You know what I mean? Like, that's what Penn State has to kind of start doing, is, like, believing in the actual results of these seasons. You've had a bunch of back-to-back good seasons, right? And you know, your team just has always been docile in those big moments. I want you guys, I think we're going to learn a lot about Penn State facing these types of opponents. So I think they obviously cover. I think they get over that. Was it, you said 54, 45? What was the points? The total
43.5 point favorite, 56.5 over under.
I think he goes over the 56. I do think they cover as well. So.
Yeah, I think Penn State's going to be dramatically better this year. I mean, you get Jim Knowles from Ohio State. I mean, who has the most cachet right now as a defensive mind in the conference. He's multiple. They have the weapons on defense, and I'm curious to see the steps that Drew Aller takes this year, because I think he makes or breaks their season. If he can take a huge step and kind of comes into his own as that next big thing that he's touted with coming out of high school, I think they can obviously win it all. But yeah, I'm interested to see what their offense. I think Kotelnicki is one of the top offensive minds in the country. So I think they have the ability to put up points, but I'm just unsure of the weapons and doing it at a consistent rate. So I think it's under, but I do think Penn State wins comfortably.
Hey, man, that's one of the most underrated wide
Penn State wins
in the country, bro. One
Penn
of the most
State's
underrated receiver groups.
I see it. I can see it.
Yeah. Moving on to what would be the funniest possible outcome of the weekend. Which is and this is a good FCS team. This is not the Montana team that we lost to. And that's Montana State traveling to number 7 Oregon. Speaking of teams that have no business being ranked in the preseason top 10, given what they lost this season ago. Sorry, but not. It's a 1 p.m. game on Big Ten Network because it's FBS versus FCS. There isn't a line. I will unfortunately say that I think the Ducks win this one. I think they probably win this one pretty comfortably. I'd love to be wrong.
I hope I'm wrong, but yeah, Oregon's
by $1 billion.
I think obviously I got Oregon winning. I do think they cover, and I think the points. I think it's over the points. yeah, I think we're going to find out a lot about this offense. I think this defense is going to carry this team through, the majority of the season. Might get a couple defensive turnovers, things like that in this game. But I do think you're going to start to see, or you're going to see, this is the beginning of, trying to find that identity on offense for them. So I'm really curious to see what that looks like.
Including the identity of who starts at quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
I think they already know who's going to start. I think the main thing is I honestly think what's the fit like in that offense.
Mm-hmm.
That offense takes a ton of experience, a ton of command to execute at the level that it's executed at over the last few years. The offense is the offense, right? But that experience out wide and at running back is going to be missed. And on the offensive line is going to be missed. So a lot of people that haven't done it in that ugly ass color combination, a lot of people haven't done it in that yet. So they're going to have to buckle up and do it.
Yeah, piggyback off what Hood said. I think Will Stein keeps it very vanilla, makes it easy for Dante, but I think you got Austin who's going to come in and make it interesting. And I think this is going to be kind of the start of what's going to be a quarterback controversy going into the first few weeks of the year, because they both offer two totally complete different things. So I think Austin's going to add the excitement, but until Dante truly gets comfortable and really has that rapport with Decorian, I think you could kind of see him struggle a little bit, or just kind of consistently check the ball down and slow the offense down, which Will doesn't want to do. So it's going to be interesting to see, but I think they can pull it out just with vanilla play. So I have Oregon winning comfortably, but I do have them going under the point total.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think Will Stein, the one slight contention that I would raise is that I don't think Will Stein has any problems with checkdowns.
Checking it down, yeah.
That is their offense.
I think it's like anti-Dante, though. Like, that's the thing. Like,
right.
Dante Gunslinger also doesn't – he's, like, got some pocket awareness, but he's not, like, a threat to run. You know what I mean? Like that. And I think he did focus a lot on that in the offseason. But where I think Montana State is going to be effed up is their style of ball is they usually just kind of bully, the people at their level and with their offensive line and with their running game. And I think you're running right at the strength of Oregon. So if anything, that's just going to be iron on iron, and those are better bodies on the other side. So I think the personnel is not going to be a huge gap when it comes to O-line versus their D-line, but that depth, that size just kind of lean on them. So good on good there. Should be an exciting kind of game early on, kind of like the Idaho game.
Yep. I'm definitely going to be watching.
They should have lost.
Funny. All right, let's move on to, and I don't think this one will take a ton of time, but it's the University of Albany Great Danes traveling into Iowa City for a 3 p.m. game against the Hawkeyes, and Iowa might actually have an offense with Mark Gronowski. They might be rediscovering 20%.
They've learned the forward pass.
Yeah, they've learned the forward pass. They might amend their motto to punting is occasionally winning. But unless the world's most famous Great Dane Scooby Doo comes out and trips up the Iowa offense, Iowa's winning.
Roll the case.
Oh god!
If you see the mystery machine pull up,
yeah, the Albany would need to basically force smoke the bejesus out of the entire Iowa Hawkeye roster.
Oh shoot!
The fighting Scooby Doo's is crazy,
and I would have got away with it.
Scrappy Doo.
That's crazy, bro.
Bro, with this nickname and Albany, like, I'm convinced this is not a real school. Iowa wins this.
Bishop Sycamore ass.
You Albany?
Oh, man.
Sadly, we lost to them in basketball within the last decade.
Shit.
The names of the schools getting these checks are more entertaining than the damn.
Yeah.
Yep.
The Leathernecks.
Write this one out to the Leathernecks.
The Leathernecks and the Great Danes is crazy.
That's
dude.
crazy. That
Hey,
is wild.
I got Iowa, man. You know what I'm saying? It should be a blowout.
Iowa blowing anybody out sounds hilarious, but it's Albany, so.
This is true. Izzo, you should know better. Expect the unexpected.
Bro,
This show is just
podcast.
puns and jokes. Come on now.
Like, this is what we
I was
do.
literally going to type that
dabble
in the
in
message what you
football.
said, Hooligan.
We dabble in football and we major in puns and jokes.
All right, let's move on. Let's move on to a 4:30 game on NBC and Peacock. New Mexico Lobos at the Big House and the number 14 Michigan Wolverines. Again, a team that's ranked for I don't know.
Whatever.
Because of their name. Michigan is a 34.5-point favorite. Over under on this one is 48.5.
Jesus Christ.
Devin Dampier is
based on names. They missed a few of them. That's playing.
Devin Dampier is at Utah, not New Mexico. That's going to significantly impact the ability for these two teams to combine to get to the over. I do think Michigan wins. It's another game that I'm interested in to see, Bryce Underwood's college debut and see what that learning curve might look like. Michigan wins. I don't think they cover.
Same thing.
I'm the opposite. I'm not interested in seeing this game at all. Michigan will win. And win by a lot.
I mean, I think New Mexico is not gonna lay down. I think it's one of the type the amount of talent to have some type of resistance. It's New Mexico, bro. The talent's just scattered. It's not in the trenches. It's not, And Michigan, the D line's huge, albeit inexperienced, but huge. Their offense is kind of inexperienced at having any kind of production. Think of guys like Samaj Morgan who are returning leading receiver, and he had 100 and some yards last year. So but their offense is going to be a lot better. Jordan Marshall, Justice Hayes, Donovan McCulley, all those guys out there. So,
wait, what do you know about the Lobos? I don't. What kind of resistance do they have? This ain't Star Wars. What's going on?
I'm trying to remember. I think they got a poor.
No. Lobo's not Lobot.
He asked that with a straight face too. He said, "So, really,
saying Star Wars."
So check this out.
I think they got some nice running back too. I don't remember who it was, but I'm surprised he didn't go somewhere bigger. But I think they got some running back. I can't remember right now. But.
Sure, at this point, I'm sure New Mexico would take Eric Dampier to try to help him in this game. But no, it's gonna be a bloodbath. I just think Michigan's gonna just use their physical size to run the ball and kind of showcase that three-headed monster running back along with the freshman QBs, get them in some easy throws. It ain't gonna look like a huge stat game, but I just think they pull away.
Agreed.
Yeah. It'd be an easy first game for Bryce, which my brother texted me and said Bryce nodded to him at school, so they're basically best friends now.
I heard that dude's huge.
Yep.
Another one that we can go quickly through, and that is the Missouri State Bears.
Come on.
Hey, it's a bear. I mean, it's not a Bruin. It's not a golden bear. It's not a cub. It's not an alien lion. It's just a bear.
It's a real bear.
It's all in the family.
Are traveling to LA to play the Trojans at 4:30 on the Big Ten Network. SC is a 35.5-point favorite. Over under is at 59.5. SC gets all of that. Cakewalk. They're on the beach by 8 p.m. I don't got anything else to say about it.
Yeah.
USC by $1 billion.
Yep.
Oh, but DJ, the running back is Scottrey Humphrey, the kid from Rainer.
Oh, yeah.
He killed at Montana State, and he just transferred to New Mexico. They also got Cole Welliver.
Montana State.
They also got Cole Welliver, the kid that was from Berrien, and then he was right after Sam Ewart, and then he went to Texas for high school, and then went to UConn out of high school, and now he's at New Mexico. So
last in the past.
All right.
We do have one final conference game before we talk about the Huskies that is actually pretty interesting, and that's a game that pits a former conference rival versus a current conference, current and longtime conference rival, and that is the Utah Utes traveling to UCLA for an 8:00 game in the Rose Bowl on Fox on Saturday night. The Utes are a 5.5-point road favorite, over under at 50.5. Thoughts?
I got UCLA.
Yep.
I think where Utah might have the more physical culture, I don't think they have the same physical talent right now. I think a lot of those like decent recruiting classes they had have kind of either like flamed out or they've kind of reached their peaks and their ceilings. So I think they're at like a turning point in that program right now. I think Dampier is obviously a stud, but what do you get in the passing game there? Yeah, man, I got UCLA. UCLA has a myriad of skill players, running backs, receivers, linebackers, DBs. They got one or two bodies on the D-line. Obviously, the question there is trenches. It's going to come down to trenches. But as we know in the Pac-12, Pac-10, that style of ball, you can win without trenches to a certain extent. So, yeah, I got UCLA in that. What's the spread there? What's the spread and the point total again?
It is Utah's is a 5.5-point favorite, over under at 50.5.
Okay, yeah, I got
give me UCLA, dude.
I got under the 50.5, but I definitely got UCLA winning that.
DJ?
Oh, man, I don't like Utah. And I'm sorry to critique you a little bit. Hooligan called them a rival. I wouldn't call a 14-2 record against a team a rival.
I said a conference, like a
conference
rival.
rival.
I know.
Not like an actual rival.
With that being said,
you got to be closer than if your winning percentage is worse than the Cougs against us, you're not a rival.
Yeah. But with that being said, give me Utah.
104, by the way, is my prediction on the over/under in attendance. 77.
Less people than can fit on a Seattle Metro bus. Izzo, that's the answer.
I mean, I think there are going to be a lot of Utah fans. I've seen a lot of Utah fans saying they're going to be traveling there.
That is true because there's nothing to do in Utah. So why not go to LA and watch your team have a chance to win a game?
They do travel well.
They do. I'll be the contrarian and I'll take the Utes. I actually think the point about UCLA, the question marks for UCLA and the trenches, I think they're going to do a lot of chasing of Devin Dampier in that game. And I think he'll do enough. I think it's, kind of going to be like a Khalil, that blast from, past reference here, like a Khalil Tate style performance. And the Utes win. I don't like myself for making that selection, but that's my selection.
Same.
The Pac-12 South is back, baby.
It's gonna look a little different.
I think if Utah was at home, I think I'd favor them in the must. But being on the road, first game of the year, I think this is a game where UCLA can pull it out. I think by the end of the year, I think Utah will be a better team, but I have UCLA pulling. I think I'll take the under. I have UCLA pulling out a close game.
Yeah, I'm going with UCLA as well. I'm interested to see how Nico plays. But yeah, I'll take UCLA.
Sorry, USC just finally dropped their depth chart, so I'm being nosy.
We'll move on to the
Where's
first
Sam
bonus.
Heward? No, I'm just kidding.
Which clipboard did you hold? I mean,
we will. We'll go to the first bonus game, and this one is 12:30 on Saturday on ABC, and that is the Alabama Crimson Tide traveling into Tallahassee and Doak Campbell to play Florida State. The Tide are a 13.5 point favorite with the over/under at 50.5.
Man, if anybody knows me, I love Florida State. Yeah, they're not beating Alabama. No.
God, it would be funny
care
though.
Where
it
this
would be
game
the
is
second
played.
funniest thing to happen this weekend to Montana State
know.
beating Oregon would be Florida State for so many reasons. For Alabama getting into the playoff when they shouldn't have, and then even more so for those of us from a Husky persuasion, for the temperature on Mr. DeBoer's backside to get ratcheted up about 4 notches right out the gate.
Yeah, although I don't know what to expect from Ty Simpson, just Grubb and DeBoer is kind of hard to go against them when they're together. So, and they do have a lethal. I mean, some of the best receiving cores you're going to have in the country. So, for that reason, I just think they outscore Florida State and win on the road.
Yeah. So, I'll go ahead, DJ.
Oh no, I was just gonna say I got Bama. Yeah, haven't seen enough out of Florida State for me to choose them, even though they are at home. I'm glad it's at 12:30 too, though. Like I'm glad I get to watch that before our game. I was worried it was going to be a 4:30 or 5 o'clock game, but yeah, I think Bama comes in there, and I don't know. I'm not going to say they're going to blow them out, but I think they win pretty easily. I don't think it's going to be a super close game all game.
Just keep it competitive, you know.
Yeah, if you keep it competitive, anything can happen at the end.
J-Cap, your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, like Darker Knight said, I don't know if I can root against, or not root against, but pick against Grubb and DeBoer together until I see a reason to. So, yeah, give me Bama.
Yeah, sadly, like I said, I'd love to be wrong for the entertainment value, but yeah, I'm on the Tide.
Well, it's my bad. So I got Florida State in this one.
Damn.
And the reason being is for one, obviously them being at home, that raucous environment. And then one thing that I've heard, TC, so their quarterback Thomas Castellanos say all offseason is that Norvell and that offensive staff tasked him with changing the culture. When they asked him what he can work on, this, that, and the other, it was nothing about passing, running, processing the game. It was all about changing the culture and bringing that winning culture over. And while he didn't win anything big at BC, he was responsible for winning in big games. So you kind of you can translate that over to a team and a culture that hasn't necessarily won those big games, and you're a senior or in I think it's his fifth year or something like that. And we saw, did Jordan Travis's skill set translate to the NFL? No, it didn't. Thomas's doesn't either. He's in a very similar mold as far as his command of offenses and him being able to get first downs on 4th and 1, 4th and 2, those clutch little 3rd and 2 scrappy plays. So with the addition of guys like Gavin Sawchuk, they got a 3-headed monster at running back. They also got hungry guys like Deuce Robinson, Squirrel White from Tennessee. They got hungry guys, bounce back guys that really got a lot to prove. Revamp that whole offensive line. That was their whole goal all offseason, was revamping the trenches and revamp that offensive line. So I think Alabama's offensive line is getting a lot of little extra love because of maybe one name, two names, and Parker and their tackle,
Caden
Proctor, yeah. And then their defensive line is just it's a starts and a games played conversation there more than it is anything that jumps off in my opinion. So I got Florida State in that, and definitely a close kind of Florida State old school kind of sloppy kind of game, a Boston College versus Florida State kind of game.
I'm sorry, did you say one of their names was Squirrel White?
Yeah.
That boy quick like a squirrel too.
Yeah. That makes me want to pick Florida State, but
I just like that combination of Williams, Jalen Lucas, and Gavin Sawchuk at running back, along with Castellanos, bro. You can literally just hand the ball off, misdirection. Now you got a big, heavy, chunky, clunky ass fucking defense running sideline to sideline when they're built to just kind of come downhill and bully. So
yeah,
and a bonus. A good point, Hood, because
go ahead. Sorry,
go ahead, Hood again. No. I was just gonna say that's a good point for a running quarterback because that's how Vanderbilt beat Bama last year.
Yep, Squirrel White player.
Yep. And what I was gonna say is that, and best case scenario here is if one of the announcers says something that they shouldn't, you do have a guy named Castellanos in this football game.
Squirrel just out there trying to get a nut,
Hey, real talk. You don't get ball instead.
God damn.
All right, moving on to the Battle of the Palouse. Let's talk a little bit about Idaho at Washington State, 7 p.m. on the CW, right after your favorite rerun of One Tree Hill. What do we think about the new look Cougs?
I think Moesha goes off first.
Cougs.
I saw the roster. I don't recognize hardly anyone.
Neither does the head coach.
Shout out to the facts.
Who are gonna be your
Both of them?
Well,
I was gonna say
all of the good players from Idaho left.
That's
shout out to the Fourth and Inches podcast. I was listening to them earlier today, and they say their depth chart or what are you, a SEAL? I was dying.
You would think or is starting.
Or.
Hey, I got Idaho. I got the fighting Thomas Fords, bro.
All right.
Facts.
Oh, damn! Nice.
Shout out
All
Josh Wood and
Facts. Shout out
Mangata Alexander Jr.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
I think Josh lays it on Saturday and they win.
Yeah.
Bro,
Josh
he went
transferred
crazy at Fresno too. Ooh,
he started. They named him QB1. We'll get to watch him.
Hey, I'm with
I
that,
recognize way more players for Idaho.
bro. Facts, because that's where they're going now. They get paid more at Idaho than they do at Watt. Let me be quiet.
Hey, facts Izzo in the chat. Facts Izzo.
Oh boy.
Battle of the FCS teams.
Oh man.
Crazy.
Ooh, yep. Yeah, I'll stick with you guys. I'll take the Vandals as well.
Hey.
Not necessarily a high degree of confidence in it though. Shit, I wouldn't have a high degree of confidence in Wazoo either. Shit, I got Wazoo.
Give me Wazoo with no confidence.
Wazoo.
With no confidence.
Shout out Hudson Cedarland, man. Wish he was a dog.
And Trey Lechner too. That kid was nice.
Facts. Yep.
All right, moving on to another matchup of former schools that shared our conference, and that is the California Golden Bears are traveling up to Corvallis for a 7:30 game on ESPN, where the Beavers are a 1.5 point favorite with an over/under at 50.5. I'll go first on this one. I don't necessarily know a ton about either team. I know that Corvallis is not the easiest place in the world to play, and Cal lost everybody, including I think probably a couple players' grandparents that were on the roster last year to the transfer portal. So, give me the Beavs with a cover, and I'll take the over. Why not?
That's kind of crazy. They're only favored by 1.5 points.
Well, bro, these are two literally evenly matched teams. I think Cal might have like the better size in the trenches just because they get ready for P4 play. But as far as skill play is concerned, it's pretty evenly matched. You go quarterback for quarterback, and it's like I'm probably taking Oregon State. You look at the receivers, and it's like I'll probably take Cal. The O lines are comparable, like running games are comparable. Cal lost 4 running backs, their top 4 running backs this offseason, so now they got to figure that out. So, and starting a true freshman, so they're definitely going to take lumps against Oregon State. Man, I'll give
Jabari started for him, right?
No, I think it's Malik
Murphy.
Malik
that's
Murphy.
right, yeah.
Transfer to Duke, yeah. I think I'm gonna get us to Cal, and I'm literally only giving it to Cal because they need it more than Oregon State. No, hell no. I got Oregon State because that got all the little homies on it. I got Oregon State. I'm never rooting against Oregon State all year. They got all the little homies on it.
All right.
Yeah, likewise. I got there's family ties there. So
yeah.
I'm a root for the Beavs. I just want them to see them succeed. And I just don't trust Cal with the freshman quarterback going in there doing anything crazy. So
especially one with such questionable decision making to associate with Oregon at all.
Hell's wrong with
him. All right. Well, let's talk about it. 8 o'clock.
I got the Beavs too, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
No family ties here, though, but give me the Beavs.
I got family ties, but not with anyone on the team now.
All right. what we all really came here to talk about, and that's 8 o'clock on the Big Ten Network. Colorado State comes to Husky Stadium. We are a 21.5 point favorite. Over under is at 53.5. We'll start with keys to the game and the things that you want to see in week 1 from the Washington Huskies.
The first thing I want to see is the opening kickoff go into the end zone, please.
That's bold, assuming that we win the toss.
Oh,
that's facts. That's
Yeah.
fair.
JCap already know.
Yeah, he knows.
Apparently.
Yeah, mine are simple, man. Demond, well, just offense as a whole, take care of the ball. Stay efficient, stay ahead of the chains. Jed, call a pretty vanilla game for Demond. Don't put the game on his shoulders and try to showcase him right away. Let your trenches that you've rebuilt and your 3-headed monster at running back control the game, control the line of scrimmage. Get up a comfortable amount and then allow Demond to kind of play, get him in the flow with some easy throws, and allow the offense to take off from there. Defense, show why you've been improved in the trenches. I want the corners on the outside to make their presence felt, squeeze those passing lanes, and I think we can run to the ball and just really cause havoc. I'm anxious to really see what we can do on defense more than anything.
All right, before we get to our score predictions and things of that, I want a bold stat. I'll go first as an example. I want a bold prediction from everybody for this game. And my bold prediction, based on the scouting that I did, granted, Colorado State brought in basically an entirely new defensive staff, but I watched a fair amount over the last couple of days of their game against Utah State last year, in which they allowed the pig farmer from Utah, Bryson Barnes, to run absolutely wild. My bold prediction is, and I'm not asking, and I don't want it to be from any design plays, but my bold prediction is Demond is going to flirt with 100 yards rushing in this game because Colorado State's defense is just that bad.
That's fair.
Well, I'm going to kind of piggyback off that. Well, I don't know if this is super bold, but I was going to say, because if Demond gets 100 yards rushing, that my bold prediction would be we get over 300 yards rushing for the game.
Yeah, my bold prediction is plus 6 sacks. I'm going to say 6.5 sacks.
I like that.
Man, DJ, you mother.
Did I take yours?
Mine is literally like 300 yards rushing from team total. But to the previous little portion, you guys were talking about like the key things that you guys are looking for. And I'll just say my first thing is my primary thing is going to be the energy, right? Like I want to see how our defense, because this is going to be a tough challenge for our defense. So I want to see how our defense plays, right? But defense thrives off of like energy type metrics. So the crowd, manufactured energy from captains, from leaders on the team. I'm interested in more so just kind of seeing energy, some trash talk after some physical plays, after some pancakes or big blocks. I want to monitor body language and things like that. So that's kind of the main thing I'm looking for is like what type of natural energy are they taking into this season? Not this little melancholy. Hopefully, it's not this melancholy professional, super, astute version. But yeah, so.
Yeah. Sorry. I know before you guys get into your bold predictions, I was going to say similar to what Dark and Knight was saying. Obviously win and no injuries, but controlling the game against a team like Colorado State is super important, especially the line of scrimmage. Like we can't be struggling at the line of scrimmage against this type of caliber team. And if we are, then we're in for a long season. So I want to see us control the game. Not, if we go up by a lot early, that's great, but just don't keep it close at all. And so, controlling the game line of scrimmage is crucial to me, and I'm going to be watching that very intently.
Yeah, I think for me, something that a lot of folks are going to be watching is the rotation, the O-line. And Jed talked about it in his presser, getting 5, 6, 7 guys rotated in there, especially at right guard. We'll see Mills and Champ and Pocky rotating in there, primarily Mills and Pocky. But just want to see what they look like in their first real college action for Pocky and first college action at all for Mills and Champ. As far as bold predictions, I'm going to say that we have 5 different touchdown scorers in this game, whether it's rushing, receiving, or defensive. But 5 different guys are gonna get in the end zone.
Since DJ took mine, I'll pivot and say, finish on my bold prediction is that all 3 levels of the defense get a turnover: defensive line, linebackers, and NDBs.
All right,
I like that.
All right, score predictions. I think certainly from our bold predictions, we're feeling pretty confident. But who wants to give their final tally numbers for this one?
Yeah, I'll go first. I wouldn't say, I think my worry meter, I'd be at like a 4 or 5. My only concern would be if, as strong as the defenses look all spring and fall, if all of a sudden, like, they're having, there's some breakdowns or they're giving up a ton of points, and then we kind of have to adjust and put a lot of pressure on Damon to try to outduel, which I'm hoping we don't do early in the year. Is kind of want him to get comfortable. So I don't think that'll happen, but that'd be my only concern. But I do think, like what Hood alerted to, I do think it's going to be a turnover fest for us. I think Ontario Thompson is going to cause a lot of havoc. Up the middle is going to crash along with Zach Durfee. I think the trenches are going to kind of control the game from the outset. And I think the Dogs pull away. I think it's going to be like a 38-17 type of game.
I love the silent reactions from Hood. They're always so fun.
Dang. What was your score, Hood? Because mine's very close to Dark Knights.
Mine is 38-17.
No way. Damn. I'm 35-17. That was mine.
We are allowed to agree on things on this podcast.
Jesus Christ.
Obviously, we all agree on which college football team is the best and is our favorite. So agreements are allowed.
Yeah, I'll say I have the same spread, but I was going to say 42-21.
I think just game flow, the way that we get there is going to be a little interesting. I think a lot of it comes in the second half. I think obviously early on defenses are ahead of offenses and things like that. There's that shock value of I'm not playing my own guys. There is in the first couple of games a lot of hesitation, like, oh shit, my guy usually is there, so I don't throw that. And their guy may not even be there, but you're overthinking it because that's just how practice is gone. So I think first half you kind of get that. At the first half ending like 14-13, and then we just kind of like lean into who we are and our identity in that second half, and just kind of have the athletes take over once it's like, the game's kind of gritty like that. But then if you look at them last year, and I think they had a better offense last year, they didn't even score a lot of points. And then when they faced their tougher opponents in like Texas and Oregon State, teams like that Colorado that kind of had that next level up in talent, it was a significant mismatch on the field. The Oregon State game was like, I think 38-31 or 39-31, something like that. But you can just see when they take that next step up, they give up a lot of points, and they aren't as physical. So, yeah, I think we lean on them in the second half and get on some bully ball.
Yeah, I mean, and they do have some skill position talent on offense that might be able to keep pace a little bit, particularly with what we know of the Walters defense, where he is going to leave Takario and Ephesians on islands, and they could get burned.
Gilligan's.
Yeah, they could get burned occasionally. I don't think it's something that's going to be consistent, but DJ, what do you think on this one? What's your prediction for this one?
He said Gilligan's. I said 35-17. Kind of what Hood was saying. I love to be wrong, but I don't see us like pulling way ahead early. I think we'll just kind of wear them down and probably start making a run in like the third quarter. But yeah, I mean, I don't think we'll be losing in the first half. Hopefully not. But yeah, I'll probably be within 10, 14. And then, yeah, we'll kind of get a couple scores in third quarter. And then probably Colorado State scores into the game, something like that. But yeah, I got 35-17. It looks like none of us has us. I don't see your hooligans, but none of us so far have us covering the spread, which is 21.5.
And we're gonna.
Come on.
There you go.
That was
I like
close.
that. I like that.
21
Add
and
it
a half. I
up.
was at 21 exactly.
Yeah.
We're
I think
gonna,
the first game is just so spotty. Like, I don't think we're gonna see a well-oiled machine. Like, especially
we're not.
right out the
but-
gate. So I just think you take the good with the bad.
With
kinda
what I
thing.
saw from that defense, we don't need to be a well-oiled
Right.
machine.
Bro,
And I
Like,
think
they're-
the
they're-
defense contributed to us not seeing a well-oiled machine.
Like, I think you're going to see some things where it's like, regardless if Jed is called the wrong play or is called a stupid play, their defense is just not going to be there anyway. Like, there were a couple of times where Jordan Ross, or not Jordan Ross, but one of Utah State's receivers was just like, there's like, I'm the primary option and I'm open by 7 yards. Like, there's nobody there, and like they're going to forget Denzel. They're gonna forget RVB. I mean, and Norvell is a really good coach. It is a very good coach, and he's doing good things with their program, and he's increasing their talent level. But they're also replacing 3 guys on their defensive, like with what Walters can do. Even like, obviously, we're not experts in his system yet by any stretch of the imagination, but you're talking about a brand new offensive line versus one of the better defensive coordinators in college football. This is also an opportunity for us to play a lot of the depth. Yeah, that's going to be, and see what we've got. There are going to be some mistakes that happen, but I think overall kind of team speed and athleticism is ultimately going to pay dividends. I think we're somewhat comfortable at the half, and then I think we stretch it a little bit more in the third quarter, and then I do think probably Colorado State gets maybe a touchdown late to get it, to get them over the 20-point threshold. But and Izzo, you bring up a great point in terms of, I'll get this up there, in terms of, using Tommy Maher in the slot and their 2 big tight ends. If there's anything I'm not actually with what we brought in the safety room and how our linebackers can run, particularly now that we know that Devin Bryant is a starter.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, unless somebody's got like elite tight ends, I'm not worried about it. I'm just not
At all.
I mean, what is it? Armani Whitfield and the Tay Lanier guy or whatever. Like, that's it with as far as experience are concerned. Like,
in terms of the receiver room. Well, and Tommy Maher, they've got, and then like they brought I know they brought in a kid from Ohio State who tore his Achilles, but it sounds like he's going to play. He may not play in this game.
Yeah. Got his name.
The name's escaping me right now. But I just and they've got a couple of good running backs, but if Washington is what we think we could be, even if you look at Washington as with a ceiling of an 8 or 9 win team this year, an 8 or 9 win Washington this year blasts Colorado State.
What I will say is, I think if this quarterback was on a top 25 team, like they're a CFP contender. I do feel like this
Colorado State's.
Yeah. I think he's probably, out of all the quarterbacks in the country, obviously you had Torrey Horton there, but then Torrey got hurt at the end, like towards the middle of the end of the year. The fact that he was even able to manufacture wins, I think he ended the season with 3 300-yard games back to back to back versus I think some of their better teams in the league. Like, he puts up numbers. It's just they don't score. They weren't scoring a lot. He extends drives like that annoying Michigan shit. That's like 10 plays for 20 yards, but they got 2 first downs and a penalty, and the drive is 5 to 6 minutes. He's like that kind of guy. Gets the ball out super quick, so we're gonna have to be flying on defense as far as like tackling is concerned. He doesn't mind taking off and running. That can hurt this Ryan Walters defense. Also, too, early on we're figuring out elements of the defense, elements of the scheme. If any running back is able to make it to the second level, there's going to be a lot of space available for for explosives. So I'm really curious to see how that D line holds up and prevents their offense and their quarterback from being able to implement their staple on this game.
Yeah, another thing to keep an eye on in that regard is they did bring in, even with as experienced as good a quarterback as Braden is, they did bring in Taj Bullock, and it sounds like I was listening to a little bit of they're basically the equivalent of Tony Castrocone's show for us, and I think they're envisioning using Taj Bullock as kind of a little bit of a bulldozer. I'm blanking on the Oregon State
Alex Orgy type guy.
Yeah, Alex Orgy, and I'm blanking on how. Yeah, exactly. Taysom Hill. Switch it up, and that's certainly something that we're going to be, need to be mindful of in SPY. But I think Washington wins comfortably. If we,
I know another.
I'm gonna be concerned.
Yeah, I know another key would be obviously trench play too. I mean, Norvell said this is his deepest defensive line that he's had. So I'm interested to see. I mean, for him,
name one defensive line person.
Well, I didn't say they ain't gonna do anything, but our teams were going last year, getting guys from the FCS and kind of lower divisions and having them play in the Big Ten. We saw what impact that had. So having them settled now, obviously our offensive line is much better now. But just something to keep an eye on. Just really want to see how well our offensive line holds up with the substitutions and the moving around and all that kind of stuff. I think we'll do fine, but just curious to see who stands out.
He hasn't played a lot for them, but there is a local kid on their defensive line, and that's DeAndre Gill Jr.
Yeah, D. Gill. Yeah, he up to 255 now too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's funny, man. We went that whole segment, and I think the Dark Knight was the first to kind of bring up in depth kind of the offensive line. I mean, this is a game where we're kind of assuming that that's a win there. We're kind of having this expectation now based on the things that we've not only heard, but we've seen with our own eyes from the offensive line in regards to their size, strength, skill sets enhancing one off season to the next. So it's pretty interesting that, we mentioned D-line, we mentioned how the defense was going to handle their offense before we even mentioned the offensive line and how they were going to impose their will. Obviously, the 300-yard performance is kind of alluding to it, but I think the offensive line is kind of going is going to kind of have a little less pressure this year in a weird way. So
that's a good point, Izzo. Yeah, if they try to blitz and attack John Mills as a freshman and kind of make him think and speed him up as a freshman. I'm saying if you do, you better not miss.
Hey, I don't even know how to say dude's name. Wakindi, that gentleman. What's his name? Wakindi Kolanji.
Somebody Candy.
You know what I'm saying? From
one of them tribes.
Shout out to him. But they're banking on him. You know what I'm saying? Guys like Jacob Ellis. Hey, we can say that.
That's why I'm laughing
I try to keep it going. But yeah, man, one of our cousins, they're relying on one of them.
One of our cousins. So, the bloodline stick.
Yes. With all due respect to my brother, he probably looked just like me. So.
Oh God.
I'm about to go check too.
Speaking of local guys, I forgot Aiden Hector's on this team too.
Yeah. They had Avery Morrow last year too.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna talk about how he ended up there.
Yeah, he went to the league. Aiden's been killing, bro. He's one of their primary playmakers, bro. He makes hella plays on the ball. So I'm super excited to see how we kind of game plan. We're probably gonna go away from him because there's a bunch of barbecue chicken in the secondary. So I really do like Dylan Phillips though, or Jordan Phillips, Dylan Phillips, one of their corners.
Phelps.
Yeah, Phelps.
Screwdriver, all of them.
He's gonna be. He's gonna be in the portal. He's gonna be in the portal in a couple of years next year. That boy.
So you're saying he's not Ratchet?
Clap it up.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, he looked just like us. What up, cousin? Come on.
What up, cousin?
That's family right there. Mukendi.
He said, I don't know, but Phillips is out there to fix something, okay?
Hey,
We
look.
gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure it out.
Man, that's a dub, bro. That's
And
a
if not,
big
we're going to
dub.
give his friend Alan a turn.
Hey, come on. I got somebody on the team named that too.
All right, I think we've gone fully off our rockers, probably a bit too much. But any final thoughts on this one before we wrap it up?
Nah, man.
Nah, man. Who do you guys have as a either a game changer on offense and defense? Let's get that before we wrap.
Oh, like game changer on each side.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, come on, bet. So let me start. I'll go offense. Offense, I'm gonna say Decker DeGraff. And then on defense, I had to get you back, DJ. And then on defense, I'm gonna say Bryce Butler.
Mm-mm.
I love Bryce. He's good.
B squared.
Yeah, I'm going with Izzo. I think on offense, we're gonna see Raiden Vinesbright go off,
Jeez.
and on defense, I think we're gonna see that emergence of Ontario Thompson.
You mother.
Come on.
Yep. There you go. You got me.
Doing a lot of
Yeah, I'll say, just to not double up on anybody, I was gonna say RVB and Ontario, but I'll say Adam Mohammed and Isaiah Ward.
All right.
Ooh, I like that one. Playmaker.
Yeah, give me the double D's going DeGraff and Durfee on defense.
Come on, baby. Yeah, the milkers.
Milkers.
Oh,
They come from farm, they come from farm country, right?
Flotation devices.
Oh
man.
God.
All right. I'm going to go that this game is going to be a coming out party for one of our receivers, but it is not RVB. I think Rashid Williams goes for 80.
Yep.
80 plus. And on defense, give me, you talked about, I'll build off your point earlier, Hood, about a turnover from every line of the defense. Give me Devin Bryant going to get one of those turnovers. And
I like it.
If not, house call significantly into Colorado State territory.
Oh, I like that. You ain't catching Devin Bryant.
Okay, bold prediction, real quick. Who causes the first turnover, and what's the result?
I think that'll be like Isaiah Ward or Zach Durfee getting like a sack fumble type vibe, and then I just think it's just a scrum for it. I do think there might be some type of defensive like explosive play though for sure, but I think the first one just to kind of trend set is going to be a trench play.
I won't be specific with the name, but I'll say it's going to happen on special teams.
Oh, come on.
J-Gap?
I think it's probably a fumble recovery in the run game. Maybe a Bryce Butler. Kind of like what Hood said, though. I think it could be just like a scrum.
Hooligan, I know you saw it, right? Like watching them, I don't know how to say his name, Braden Nicosi or whatever. He gets the ball out.
Fowler Nicolosi.
Yeah, he gets the ball out super quick, and his receivers kind of catch and run like often and pretty quick. So like it seems like they're kind of loose with the ball too on the run after catch. So it looks like that might be easy to kind of take advantage of.
Or if with the increase in our talent level where ball and the DB gets there basically the same time and the receiver starts to run and realizes that I'm going to call my shot here, and that this player in particular is going to be the one with the ball in his hands in that situation, and it's Alex
Do
McLaughlin.
it. Come on.
That's what I was gonna say. I think it's gonna be a tip. Alice McLaughlin it's gonna be a pick six.
Come on.
All right. Sorry. Or you can agree, or you can make another selection. It's your choice.
No, I was leaning Alice McLaughlin.
All right.
I thought about Leroy Bryant, but Alice McLaughlin. I think Leroy Bryant's gonna be. I have a feeling he could end up being like one of the standouts of the game.
Yep. All right.
Just how they plan to use him. But yeah.
Last fun prediction for this one before we call it a night. Who scores the first touchdown of 2025 for the Washington Huskies?
Jonah Coleman.
Yep.
I think that's the easy answer. Damon. Yeah.
They're gonna run some because they have all these red zone woes, right? They're gonna run some cute ass shit, try to give Decker a shot, Clinton a shot, some like running back in the flat a shot, and Demon's gonna run his ass in there.
Speed option to the boundary.
No, stop.
Maybe this year.
I'm gonna say Adam Muhammad.
Bet.
All right. Well, I think that'll about do it for us. Thanks so much for listening and watching. Izzo.
Kate Eldridge. Fullback dive.
Win more. Tight end pop pass.
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Hey, it worked against the Ducks.
Shit, put me out there. I'll do a nice little 1 yard run.
Yep.
Give you some razzle dazzle.
All right. Thanks for listening and watching. We'll be back next week to recap this one and preview UC Davis. Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
Go Dogs. Let's go.
Go Dogs, baby.
Shout out 4th and Inches to all of you. You're awesome.
Fact. Shout out Leathernecks.
Shout out Dub Dub.
Yep, definitely.
Shout out Dub Dub.